Peace and bliss. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. This is Tanya. Welcome. This is the second of many garden tours for this season. So let's get started. So you see here, I have me a basil plant. This is a new addition since the last garden tour. It's right off from my kitchen. Ideally, that's where you would like to place your herbs, close in zone 1, as they would say in permaculture. You want things to be close to your home according to usage. And we use a lot of herbs. And look at Miss Figgy, looking all green and lush. She's put on a lot of leaves, starting to thicken up. Last night we had a severe thunderstorm come through, so everyone has gotten a deep drink. And these are the onions, and they have taken off since the last garden tour. I will be harvesting these in the next video, thinning them out. So the remainder, the ones that are left, will be left intentionally to form bulbs. We'll be using those as slicing onions. And the ones that I pull out will be used as green onions. And this is a spearmint plant. I have an upcoming video showing you all how I harvest my herbs. And over here is a catnip. It is on steroids. And I always forget the name of this plant, but it is, what is it? It's an antiseptic plant, so it's good for cuts and stings. So I have that there. And yesterday, at my farmer's market, I picked up a fennel plant, so I'll be planting that this evening. And over here we have our beautiful rose bed that is putting on blossoms. And we have another rose tree over there. Okay. And over here, new to the garden of bliss, is a Meyer lemon tree that I have potted here. I'm going to make a permanent home for it in one of these containers, probably tomorrow. And here I have some more transplants that I need to plant. And I picked up some sweet potatoes that I did not grow my own this year. And over here, I have 2 dahlia plants that I grew from seed, from bulbs. These are dinner plate dahlias. They're absolutely beautiful, and the blossoms on them are huge, hence the name dinner plate. So I can't wait for those to begin to grow out. And over here I have a pineapple sage, and over here is a raspberry bush. I'm going to give it some time. I think this may be dead. I may have to pull that up. And we have sage that is blooming along. I'll be making a harvest on this as well. Stay tuned. And these are my 2, my Meyer and my key lime, that I'm going to have to pull out because obviously they are dead. Someone did in the comments section told me to scrape it and see if there was any green beneath, and there isn't. These 2 are dead. They succumb to the freeze. Citrus do not do well in freezing temperature. So lesson learned. And over here, this beauty is mint. So I will be making a harvest on that tomorrow. And this here is my red acre cabbage growing along. More Greek oregano. We'll be making a harvest. Stay tuned. And here is my shishito pepper. Shishito peppers. These both are shishito peppers. Eggplant. More eggplant. More eggplant. And this is the Black Beauty variety. And over here, which is new, this is a bush slicer. Both of these containers are bush slicers. These are not your average vining cucumber plants that vine, that require trellising. These actually grow out in a bush formation. These are new to the garden, so I'm looking forward to growing these. There will only be 1 bush plant per pot, So unfortunately, I will have to, I can only have one in one pot. So I'm going to take the stronger of the two plants and leave it in there to grow out. And over here is Advarsky, more Advarsky. These are sweet red peppers that are absolutely delicious. So I have a total of 4 Advarskys here. These are Marconi peppers, which are sweet red peppers. I have like 3-4 containers of those. And I'm looking at my little pepper plant. I don't think this one's gonna make it. Like I said, we had a severe thunderstorm come through here last night. This past weekend was record temperature highs. It was like 97 on Saturday. And I'm here in Maryland, grow zone 7A, and it was a scorcher this past weekend. But it made up for it Sunday night with the severe thunderstorm. And luckily everything is still intact. So give thanks for that. And here is the motherland okra plant. Derives from Africa, which is the home of all okra. Right? So I have 2, and only 1 will make the cut in each container. And here I have more basil. I will be removing this basil and put it in a smaller container. You do not need a 20-gallon size container to grow basil. Most herbs, their roots are very shallow, so I don't need the depth. So I will be planting a tomato plant in there. And here we have Malabard spinach, which is new to the garden. It is a vining spinach, which is one of the reasons why I have the trellis in place. So, and it's very heat tolerant. So I can't wait to grow these. And there's 4 in this container, and I will keep the 4 in there. And this here is my purple sage. We'll be making a harvest on this as well. I will also be making a harvest on my thyme that is out of control with her beautiful self. She just looks like a bushy afro to me, and I absolutely love her. And over here, we have potato row. I have 6 containers of potatoes here, and they are growing profusely. Okay, look at that. Either one looks good. I may have to trellis these up. I'm concerned because I don't like them hovering over the containers like that. I don't know, we'll see. I did 4 of my containers. I trellis them or stake them because I just don't want the shoots to snap and break. In a couple more weeks, they will start to, in about another month or so, they will begin to die back. And we'll make a harvest. This here is my beloved apple tree, guys. I've been spraying it consistently with the, I keep forgetting, it's a copper fungicide. And it's not doing well. So, no blossoms, which means no fruit. But I'm not going to rule it out. At some point, I may need to either expand the container. I don't know. And this is the apple Granny Smith variety. So yeah. And over here is the Honey Crisp, which was damaged last year in a storm. And I just kept it. I couldn't bear doing away with it. So I'm going to keep it and let it do its thing, and we'll see. And over here, new to the garden, are the blueberry Chippewa blueberries. And you can see there's some blueberries on there. And over here is my absolute beautiful lemon balm. Isn't she gorgeous? And she was rained on heavily last night, so she's still making a comeback in terms of, you know, her standing erect. but I will be making a harvest on her as well. Okay, so everything is looking good in the garden. As I mentioned before, I live in Grow Zone 7A, which is Maryland. And we get a lot of rain, which is one of the reasons why I love living in Maryland. We get on average 44% rainfall each year, which is a healthy supply of rain, especially when you have a garden. So greenery. And look at the blueberries. See that? They're just bursting with fruit. Just bursting with fruit. And over here, I'm gonna have to pause. I have a call coming in. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back 15 minutes later. All right, so these are the additional 4 containers of potato leaf. As you can see, I attempted to stake some of them in the effort of them not snapping over because they are obstructing the walkway. And I just don't want them, to snap off their shoots and break them. So, but yep, they're looking good. The blueberry bushes are looking good. I have several clusters of blueberry, doubled, actually tripled from what I had last year. So looking forward to making a nice little blueberry harvest. And this is my cabbage, growing strong. Knock on wood, no leaf damage. And I don't even want to speak the name of the pest that haunted me last year with my cabbage, but this year looking good. And here, this is a transplant. This is a pineapple heirloom tomato plant. I accidentally snapped one of the stems off. I have it rooting in water. So I'm going from 1 plant to 2. And if that ever happens to you guys, all you have to do, whatever plant, whatever stem is snapped, just insert it in some water, allow it to root out, and you have a second plant. They don't die, they multiply. This is the Dr. White. I have 2, actually 3 Dr. White tomato plants here. And the next 4 containers are Fatali peppers. These are really hot and delicious peppers. We grow them every year. It is a tried and true. It is a family favorite, and we absolutely love it. It's really spicy. So if you're into the heat, and it has a beautiful smell to it, this is your pepper. So I have 4 containers of Fatalis, and over here, new to the garden this year, is rhubarb. Yes, rhubarb. Many people think rhubarb is a fruit, but it is a vegetable. And you harvest the stalks. And you're supposed to wait, I think, like the 2nd year before you harvest, because you want the stalks to be anywhere between 12 to 18 inches long. You cannot eat the leaves. My understanding is that the leaves are poisonous, but in order for it to be fatal, you would have to eat like 11 pounds of these leaves in order to have a fatal effect. So don't eat the leaves. So, but they are grown for the stalks. So I'll make a harvest on these next year. And rhubarb is a perennial, which means it will return year after year. Beautiful. Glad to have them in the garden this year. Looking forward to harvesting next year. And here we have a red cherry, a black cherry, and a Paul Robeson. Actually, I have several Paul Robeson plants that I need to plant. So as you can see, the garden, guys, has been planted. All 55 containers have plants inside of them. So you may wonder, okay, she mentioned that she's got other plants that she needs to plant. Well, I have more space that I will be utilizing that I used in the past, that I will be utilizing this year to plant my zucchini, my squash, my watermelon, and more okra. So I will share that with you all in the next video. But this is it for today. Just wanted to give you all a quick garden tour, and also so I could survey the garden after our thunderstorm last night. I came out earlier this morning, but it was a bit of a rush, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't overlook anything. But right here, we'll see if this Marconi plant bounces back. I may have to stake it up a little bit. But yeah, I am pleased. These containers here, all I need to do is just top it with some shredded mulch. But everything is looking good, green and lush. Okay, well, I'm going to end this video right here. Welcome, new subscribers. I see the channel is growing. I'm glad to have you here. I love to connect with you. You can leave me a question or a comment in the comment section, and I will get back with you. Okay. Hope all is well in your world. Until the next video, peace and bliss.